right, everybody, welcome to BO Boys for Wednesday, February 4th. F it, it's a raw feed. We're doing it live. I'm Clayton in studio.
Yeah, I'm Pat, and I'm home, and I'm relaxed, and but I sound great, and I look great, so that's all that matters. And also, the other thing about our setup here, and we are YouTubers, hey guys, is that I could see Clayton, but Clayton cannot see me. He didn't set up the monitor. He didn't want to take the extra 10 seconds it would have took to set up a monitor so he could see me. So now I have all the power, in that I see everything. And Clayton cannot see what I'm doing. He cannot see that I'm doing.
Here's the difference between you and I, is that I feel like we should go on a go forward in this partnership with blind trust, in the sense that you could trust me if you couldn't see me, that I wouldn't be doing anything coarse or untoward towards you. Whatever you're doing right now,
right?
I wouldn't be doing it. I'd be, I'd be respecting the fact that it's just a voice and not a face at the moment. And that, you're not here and I'm here. So that's a step further than you took. So
None
you're
of that
saying
matters,
that
though.
you're saying that me not plugging in a television is bigger than you not even being here.
Yes. It's a problem for you, for sure, because you don't know what I'm doing at the moment. You don't know what kind of face I'm making at you. You don't know what kind of pictures or documents I'm currently holding up to the camera that implicate you in whatever.
Okay.
I may be holding something up right now, very incriminating, and you have no idea.
That's not a story. It's not even a story.
The viewers do, but you don't know what I'm holding up right now. So that is why, if you only listen to the BO Boys on an audio podcast, you're not getting the full story, especially this episode, especially when I'm holding up these incriminating photos of Clayton. You gotta subscribe and watch us on YouTube. Hey guys.
I mean,
and Clayton has no idea, which is great. It's ideal. And this is the kind of power I love to wield. And the listeners and the viewers love that I have this.
I mean, I'm going through my Rolodex of photos I don't want exposed, and I can't even imagine which one it is. There's so many.
Yeah, because it is most of them. Most photos you've ever taken, you don't want exposed. And I could be holding up any one of them right now. So great start to the show. I love that there is one side has blind trust, and then the other side, which is me, is able to see everything.
Well, not anymore. I don't have blind trust anymore because you broke it.
Okay, great. So there's a great position to be in, and it's a great position for both of us to be in right now, this episode, because we have so many movies to preview for this weekend preview. This is perhaps a quantity over quality weekend at the box office. Clayton, would you say, is this a winter cleaning box office weekend? You know how there's spring cleaning where you go in the garage and you got all these boxes and it's time to throw out these boxes, time to throw out this trash that you've been collecting. That's what this weekend is at the box office.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's clearing space for what's going to be next weekend, which we all think, us pundits here think is going to be a smash, big hit. Wuthering Heights.
Yes.
It's moving everything out of the garage so you can put in that spanking brand new sports car.
Yes, that is what it is. The theaters have bought a sports car that shows up next week. So it is time to get rid of all those tubs of old Time magazines and just rags. You look at some of the movies that are coming out this weekend we're going to talk about. It is the equivalent to a tub full of old rags in the garage. And it's time we throw them out before the Ferrari gets here.
Well, we could go further with that, and then let's talk about each movie as it pertains to something we throw away from our garage cleaning.
Okay. I love it. I love it. So this is the garage cleaning out episode. We got the Wuthering Heights. Rolls Royce is pulling in next weekend, and we got to throw out some crap. So let's start with, Strangers Chapter 3. So this might be one of the bigger buckets of crap that we have to throw out in the garage. This is the third movie in the new Strangers trilogy directed by Renee Harlan. Um, it is a trilogy that is on a big downward trajectory. Clayton, I'll give you what these last two movies did. May of 2024, Strangers Chapter 1 opened to 11.8 million, got to 35 million. You know, not bad for a low budget horror. I don't know how low budget these were. Then this past September, Strangers Chapter 2 came out, opened to $5.8 million, totaled 15 million domestic, 21 million worldwide. Do we have any reason to think, Clayton, that there's going to be a big comeback for Strangers Chapter 3, that people didn't care about the middle chapter, but they can't wait to see this conclusion?
I mean, it's the third. Yes, the final of a trilogy, so you can never underestimate that. The only problem is that up until we were prepping for this episode, I had no clue this was coming out this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Like zero clue at all. Because I don't think I've seen a commercial, a trailer, a poster, anything for this.
No, they're really dumping this movie. This is distributed by Lionsgate. Who's Lionsgate's had a bit of a comeback recently. I mean, they had the housemaid, Sydney Sweeney, who I've always said is on her way to a huge year. And I always said that, and everyone knows that. So they had a huge hit, but I wasn't seeing a lot of Strangers Chapter 3 attached to the housemaid. There wasn't a trailer before that. They weren't getting the standees in all the lobbies that were showing the housemaid. Lionsgate, they put all their eggs in Sydney Sweeney's basket, and she's full of eggs now. And the Strangers had no eggs.
Well, and also, I think the problem with being a movie called The Strangers is that when somebody's searching for STRA, it's just going to go straight to Stranger Things.
Oh, yes.
And especially because this was the year of the finale, final season, whatever you feel about it, whether you think it was great, it was terrible, it was mediocre, whatever you want to say about it, people were talking about it. People were searching for it. People are still searching for some mythical ninth episode to this season. So there's The Strangers Part 3 is getting buried by Stranger Things season 5,
whatever.
6?
Whatever.
Last final season.
Yeah. And I don't think people are really confused enough to think that this Strangers Chapter 3 is that lost episode of Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know that until now, that people think there's a lost episode of that show. They can't get enough.
No,
Would that one take place in an old age home where all the actors from the show probably currently reside?
Yeah, I mean, they supposedly the final episode was up there with Game of Thrones in its ineptitude.
Okay.
And so people are willing this ninth episode into existence. And I mean, I don't think it exists, but who knows? Maybe someone will end up doing it.
Get Markiplier on the case.
No, Markiplier has better things to do than try and save Stranger Things.
True. He is someone who puts movies in movie theaters, so he has a higher calling.
So we'll talk Markiplier in a second, just because I want to say something. I have not seen the video, but supposedly he posted a video where he was emotionally overcome by the box office success of his film. I believe it was all in, like international as well, a 22 million plus opening, something like that, for a movie distributed by one guy. And not one guy, obviously. He's got people behind him, he's got a company, but it's Markiplier Productions.
Yes.
He stars in it, he directed it, he bought the rights. Like,
he's
this
the guy.
is a success story. He's the guy.
Yeah.
And he had an appropriate reaction, the same way Ryan Coogler had an appropriate reaction when he hit box office gold with Sinners. They got emotional because that's what matters. Box office is not just money. It is people's investment in
People.
what you do.
Yes.
Because we're a
Yes.
capitalist society. It's an investment in somebody's artistry. And that's what Markiplier's fans did.
Yeah. Listen, we come from the generation, Gen X. We're both Gen
You're
Xers.
not Gen X.
We are Gen X, and we both come from the generation where little boys weren't supposed to cry. Our dads taught us you're not supposed to cry. You can't cry. Their dads told them they couldn't cry. Our dads told us we couldn't cry. But men and women and people should all be allowed to cry over box office success. Everyone, that is something that means enough that no matter what you were taught, no matter what generation you're from, when you get those numbers, when you get numbers that overperform the way that Iron Lung overperformed, the way that Sinners outpaced the expectations opening weekend and then had that incredible second weekend hold, you shed those tears.
Yeah.
Because it's box office and it means that much. And you should, if not, you are a robot. That's almost the AI robot test. Is if you get box office news like Markiplier got from Iron Lung and you don't show emotion, you don't shed tears, you throw them in the junk pile. That's not a human. That's not a human. So good for Markiplier, good for crying. Listen, he could have I know he's got his platform. We welcome him on the BO Boys anytime if he wants to cry on the BO Boys about how Iron Lung overperformed in the opening weekend. We welcome him to shed those tears in our studio.
Yes. We'd love to have him come on the show where he's respected.
Yes.
For what he's accomplished in the realm of box office.
Now, Renee Harlan, will he be shedding tears this weekend? Do we think that is this the end of Renee Harlan? Rennie Harlan famously ended his ex-wife Gina Davis's career with those back-to-back movies he directed, Cutthroat Island, and what was the other one where she wakes up and
Long Kiss Goodnight.
Long Kiss Goodbye. Long Kiss Goodbye. Is this such a disastrous trilogy? I mean, I guess he just directs action movies in Slovakia anyway. That's what he does. So
yeah, there's a Mark Paul Gosselaar action movie that he's already working on right now. He won't be he won't be in the right time zone to hear the numbers when this comes out. Now I have an analogy for this. What this movie is garage wise.
Okay.
Now, since it's a trilogy, I feel like it's a journey I'll take you on. It's not an item. The first of this trilogy was like if you spotted a raccoon in your garage, right?
Okay.
It's like runs by real fast and you see it and you're like, is that a raccoon? It's a little exciting, but also it's like, I probably didn't see a raccoon. It's fine. And if there is a raccoon, it'll find its way out, right?
It got out. Yeah.
But the second movie of this trilogy, you see this raccoon again, and it doesn't look good. It looks sick.
Oh, no.
And you're like, this can't be the same raccoon, right? This is a different raccoon that's sick and just stumbled in here, and it'll stumble its way out, right? I mean, it'll die, but it's not going to die here.
Right. It'll get out. It's going to get out.
It'll find a way out.
It'll find a way out.
Life finds a way.
Yeah.
This movie, The Third Strangers, Chapter 3, is the dead raccoon you find behind some boxes that you have to throw away. Because it didn't find its way out. And it was the same raccoon the whole time.
And it's rotting. And it's been here for, at this point, 3 months, because that raccoon died at the end of September, and we're now in February.
Yeah.
So this raccoon has been rotting. This Strangers Chapter 3 has been rotting in the garage for over 3 months now. October, November, December, January, 4 months. 4 months. Wow. So basically, movie theaters, they need to get a long pole, a garbage pail, masks, or a cloth to put over their nose when they're handling Strangers Chapter 3 this weekend.
Yes.
This is going to be rough. Bleach, Strangers Chapter 3, these movie theaters are going to need Bleach to get rid of the stench after this weekend is over.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to have, God, you got the Rolls Royce coming in next Thursday. We have got to keep this garage door open, these lobby doors open the entire week to get the smell of this dead raccoon Strangers Chapter 3 out.
Yeah.
Fans, we need giant industrial fans to get out the stink of this Strangers Chapter 3.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. This is rough. We're starting with a dead raccoon. This garage is in worse shape than we thought, Clayton. This weekend it's already has a dead animal in it.
Well, but I mean, that I think is the worst of it.
Okay. All right, let's move on to something that I mean, it may not be as bad as a dead raccoon, but we do have a Vertical Entertainment release, Clayton. So we may have more dead animals than we think in this garage. There's a Dracula movie.
Okay.
Released by Vertical Entertainment that stars Christoph Waltz as, I guess, the vampire hunter.
Okay.
It stars Landry Jones, who was the annoying brother in Get Out. He is Dracula. He is playing Dracula. We've had Gary Oldman play Dracula. Now we have Caleb Landry Jones playing Dracula, and it's directed by Luc Besson, who obviously has made great movies in the past, but he has been kind of an outcast for many reasons for a long time now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he got some money overseas, most likely, to make this movie, right?
Yes, it is. The distributor, I think, just says France on it here. The distributor is production companies, Luc Besson Productions, Europa, distributed by SND France.
Okay.
This had a budget of $52 million. And it's already made $29 million overseas. But our garage is in America. There's a domestic garage, and we just found this Dracula movie in there after we already scraped the Strangers Chapter 3 Dead Raccoon off the floor. And now this is there. Do you have any hope that this could be something that stays in the garage? What do you think of this Luc Besson Dracula?
No.
Okay, this got to go.
Yeah, I mean, it's a dead bat, right? Do you think it's a dead bat?
So this is another animal. So at this point now, we have really been neglecting this garage. If we're finding a second dead animal,
there's just like a lot of boxes and a lot of cracks to fall behind. You know, so this bat fell behind one of the boxes and couldn't get out. Its wings couldn't get out, and it died.
Yeah. Man, so you don't think Christoph Waltz means anything at the box office? We got Christoph Waltz as a vampire. We've seen this trailer. What movie did we see where this trailer played before it? Do you remember what that would have been?
I'm picturing myself in the seat.
Okay.
And where I was sitting. And then I'm trying to imagine what I then viewed.
It wouldn't have been an Avatar. It wouldn't have been Fire and Ash. They would not have shown the Dracula trailer before that.
It was Primate.
It was Primate. You nailed it. So you just like meditated just now.
I was in my mind palace.
Wow. Did you read that book by Ram Dass? That
Be Here Now?
Yes. That I just heard on a Pete Holmes podcast. He just finally talked about that. He had never mentioned that before, and then he just recommended a Ram Dass book.
I used to, when I would listen to the Pete Holmes podcast religiously, I would read that book after every episode.
Yes, you had to.
I would listen to Pete Holmes.
Yep.
I would keep it crispy.
Yes, you had to keep it crispy.
And then I would read Be Here Now by Ram Dass front to back. Now, to be fair, there's a lot of pictures in that book.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So that's how you were able to meditate and go back to, yes, it was Primate was the movie that had this trailer before it. I mean, listen, this movie looks, I mean, it doesn't. It's a Luc Besson movie, so it definitely didn't look rinky dinky.
Mm-mm.
You know, um, but
It did look French.
it looked French, yes. And I mean, Christoph Waltz. He's got his 2 Oscars. He definitely is a famous person. Um, he's been in like James Bond movies, but he pretty much is someone that nobody is going in the United States is going to go see it because he's your hero.
Yeah, the Christoph Waltz doesn't really matter. Also, Luc Besson, I don't think matters. He never he for a second maybe reached that. Oh, if it's a Luc Besson movie, I'll go see it. Like after Lucy, but then
Yes.
he sort of wasted that blank check and then also got himself into trouble. And so I don't think his name means run out and see it. And also, nobody knows this movie exists. I think
No.
that's unless you went and saw Primate.
Though he was the director. Wait, he was the director of Dogman? There's a different Dogman. He directed a movie called Dogman in March of 2024, but that's not Dogman,
The
the
animated film?
the animated film. No, it's
No.
something different. So Luc Besson's Dogman is probably less horrific than the animated Dogman that came out last year, where a police officer and a dog did a body melding
Yeah, I
surgery.
think even if they show a surgery in the Dogman, the Luc Besson Dogman, I don't think it was as long as the one in the cartoon Dogman, and with
No,
as
no,
many buckets of guts.
no. That was the first 40 minutes of that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is okay. Here's the thing: does Dracula, just as an IP, matter enough where there's going to be some looky loos and some super fans who are going to go see a movie called Dracula just because it's called Dracula?
Well, here's the thing. So we had this argument pre last Christmas
Before Nosferatu.
for Nosferatu about how was Dracula a dead IP?
Mm-hmm.
Like putting Dracula in the name of a movie, was that death?
Mm-hmm.
And that movie came out, doesn't have Dracula in the name, and did Bafabobo.
Yep. 95 million domestic, another 86 international. Man, that movie really should have figured out a way to get itself to 100 million. So close. Anytime you see a movie get to 90 plus,
I know.
it is like, why can't you get yourself to 100? But yeah, that was a hit. But people knew. I know it was called Nosferatu, but people knew that was Dracula. They didn't think this is a brand new guy.
But there's something cool about Nosferatu and not cool about Dracula.
Mm-hmm.
I think that naming it Dracula was contractual
Okay.
in order to get it released.
Okay.
But I don't think that it is one of those things where a audience is going to like run out and see a Dracula film. I still don't think Dracula is popular, even though Dracula is Nosferatu essentially.
Okay. I agree. I don't think that horror fans are dying for a Dracula movie. There doesn't seem to be a real hook to this. I mean, Caleb Landry Jones, like we said, is a kind of a way past his sell by date.
Yeah, he
As
never
a
really popped off. I think we have a better version of him in Jesse Plemons.
Oh, of
Right.
course.
But
I mean,
just think about it, like Jesse Plemons is a a handsome individual, but he has a unique look and he can play a real creep. And I
yes.
think those Landry Jones roles have been taken by Plemons, and Plemons has done a great job
Hmm.
in as they would say in the Ringer universe, market correcting.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I mean, listen, if this were a Dracula movie where Jesse Plemons is playing Dracula, we're having a whole different conversation. That's a Dracula that we're finding in the garage, and we're saying, you know what, this we could find room for this box.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Here's okay. I don't think that this Dracula is a dead animal, though.
Those
I
are
think
like if you find like a bunch of Fangoras, like old Fangoras in plastic,
Mhm.
somewhere back there, you're like, oh, these are coming into the house.
Yes, yes, yes. Jesse Plemons' Dracula, you're finding a display case for that.
Yeah.
I mean, this feels like because I think Dead Animal, The Strangers 3 is a dead animal. This is finding a box of of let's say it's Halloween decorations or some kind of decorations that remind you of a terrible incident from the past.
Okay.
You know, these because it remind you think of with this Dracula movie, and it reminds you of all these Dracula movies that have bombed over the last few years. Right?
Mhm.
We had the last voyage of the Demeter. We had Abigail. Right? We've had other Dracula movies.
We had the Nicolas Cage, Nicholas Holt,
Renfield.
Brenfield.
Yeah, so we've had all these, Dracula movies that when we think back to them, we're like, oh, that's right, that bombed. Oh, that bombed. This is like finding a box, of, of things that you got for the spouse that left, and they didn't take it with them, or the decorations from a party where that's where they left you. That's where you had that big.
Okay, let's drill down on what it actually is. This is you're getting
Yeah.
close,
Yeah.
but let's be specific.
I
These are Christmas lights or
Mhm.
decorations
Mhm.
that were up during the moment that your significant other left you.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That's what these are. It's the box of decorations that you left up there for weeks afterwards because you couldn't you even think, and then you took them down and you put them in this box, and you haven't celebrated Christmas since,
Mm.
because Christmas itself reminds you of when she said, I'm going, this waiter,
I'm going,
I'm
Yeah.
going
I'm going.
because this waiter, he does it for me.
Oh, okay.
And
Left. Okay, this person was left for a waiter.
left
Nothing
for
wrong with a waiter.
Nothing wrong with a waiter. And he does it for her.
Okay.
And they left with the waiter and walked out on Christmas Day. The waiter was there. You had never met this waiter before, but the waiter was there.
See, that's part of the problem, though.
Yeah.
Here's one of the problems is that the restaurant they went to all the time, they had that waiter a bunch.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
and he was so checked out. This person was so checked out. We're assuming this is a man, of course. We're assuming, right? That the person who got left.
The person who got left is a man, but yes.
But the waiter and the partner are not. We don't want to specify.
We don't want to specify yet.
Okay, but I'm saying this person,
People.
this man,
Mhm.
who has the decorations and kept them. One of the reasons is because they just weren't paying attention to even recognize the waiter.
Mhm.
And that was one of the biggest problems.
Yeah.
Is that you should know this waiter at the
Yeah.
very least. Because
Yeah.
number one, it's a waiter, and you should recognize people who serve you and help you have a good time where you're at.
Right.
But then
And
just
we've been
in
at this-
general, you should have noticed that there was something going on.
Right. You should have noticed. And now you didn't notice, but it's too late because it's Christmas Day and I'm leaving and I'm not helping take down these decorations. That's on you.
Mhm.
And then finally you took them down. You didn't want to throw them out. You put them in a plastic bin and you put them in the garage. And now it is time to throw them out. That is what Dracula is.
Well, because you're getting your brand new sports car because it's midlife crisis time, I guess.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right.
So things are looking up.
Yeah.
You got the Rolls Royce coming in, but you got to get rid of those Christmas decorations that remind you of when she left with the waiter or
It's
they
only
left
healthy.
with the waiter.
It's only healthy.
So that is what Dracula is. It's a bad reminder of just past heartbreak at the box office, and it's
Yes.
time to throw it out. So this Buffalo Kids from
Mm.
Viva Pictures. It's an animated film that is let's see if it has any. Did you know anything about this film beforehand?
No, no, zero.
So the English cast includes, I don't know who Alicia Weir is, I don't know who Connor McNeil is. Uh Sean Bean plays Outlaw Wilson, and Stephen Graham as Uncle Niall. Um
So this is his big, after
mm-hmm.
adolescent,
Adolescence.
since
Adolescence.
this is his big cash in, is
This is
being the
Stephen Graham's
voice
big
in the
cash.
Buffalo Gals.
Yeah. The Buffalo Kids.
Kids, sorry.
Yeah. So Stephen Graham, creator and co-star of Netflix's Adolescence, which won all the Emmys, and then because it won all the Emmys, it won all the Golden Globes, and because it won all the Golden Globes, I guess it'll win all the SAGs. That's how
Mhm.
TV is. You get to see the same show win, over and over again across every award show the same year.
Yeah.
So, is this going to be something that did Adolescence turn him into a kid's draw? Because I mean, he made a movie about kids. And I'm sorry, not a movie. He made a show.
Yes.
He made a streaming series.
Thank you. Jeez. You
A
couldn't have been further off.
So Stephen Graham made a critically acclaimed streaming series called Adolescence. Does this mean now he's taken a step towards being a Jack Black type, where kids are saying, "Oh, it's the dad from Adolescence is doing the English dubbing of this Spanish produced animated film. I got to go see that. We got to go see the Buffalo Kids. The Adolescence guy is in it."
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. This will be the weekend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a test. Is Stephen Graham on his way to being a new Jack Black post Adolescence?
Mhm.
Yeah, he made a show about kids, and now he's got the Buffalo Kids movie. You could see where his management sees the journey here for Stephen Graham.
Mhm.
What do you think? Do you think that? And listen, it's a tenet of our show. The rats need their cheese. The kids need new product. Zootopia has been out for a long time. Is it time for them to finally gnaw on something new this weekend?
Well, it's telling that buffalo is in the title here because
Mhm.
it is an animal. So they are
Mhm.
trying to get people to think, "Oh, maybe this animal is a militarized policeman,
Mhm.
or a
Right.
sheriff." So is
Right.
this like a Zootopia prequel where, this is the beginning of the law and order police state that becomes Zootopia?
Mhm.
That
Mhm.
is Zootopia.
Yeah.
So there's a thought there that somebody could think that. I mean, it's
Mhm.
not in the marketing, so you'd have to really, really read into and extrapolate things that aren't there. But I mean, isn't that what's happening everywhere?
Right. Right.
So I mean, and Stephen Graham, I mean, I think that is the biggest name right now currently of that cast.
Right. More than Sean Bean.
Yeah, I think so. I
Yeah.
definitely think so.
Yeah.
But it's like it is the big game weekend. We haven't mentioned the big game yet.
Yes.
It is the big game weekend. So, are the kids stuck in front of endless hours of pregame football? Is this the
Mhm.
one weekend where dad says, "We're not going anywhere. You
Get
don't
to
run my
play.
life.
Yep.
Not
Get.
everything has to be about you.
Yep.
I had a life before you even existed.
Mhm.
You had no life before I existed,"
Yeah. You
says
should only
dad.
know. You should only know the kinds of things I did before you
Yeah.
existed.
And so this may be, I don't care, the rats don't get the cheese. Dad gets the cheese this weekend.
Mhm.
This is
Yeah.
dad's cheese. Don't touch that cheese. You get you get the biggest piece of cheese you want every day of the week, every day of the year, except for the big game. That's when dad gets his cheese.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I well, but then does the mom or other dad or
whoever.
provide the cheese? Is there another guardian? If dad is saying, I got big game weekend, pregame show starts Friday night, and I'm eating cheese from Friday night till Sunday night in front of the TV. Is there another guardian that these kids could coerce to take them to see the Buffalo? What is this called again? Buffalo Kids? Buffalo Kids. Or do
Buffalo
they
Kids.
care? Do the kids? Here's the thing. If you are a kid, do you want to expend that energy? Because you're going to want something next weekend. You're going to want something Monday. And I know kids are just all in. They're not savvy, but there's some amount where they know I've got a certain amount of chips I could cash in.
Yeah.
And is it even worth trying to cash in a chip for the Buffalo Kids on big game weekend?
That to me feels like they're savvy enough to know, oh, Dad's going to go off on his rant about cheese.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's going to get drunk and feel bad.
Mm-hmm.
And so next weekend we get to go see whatever we want. Or when the next movie that we want to see comes out, we get to go.
Mm-hmm.
So this could be, you float this by,
Mm-hmm.
you say, Dad, can we see? And then you let him grandstand. You acquiesce. He feels bad because he flipped out.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get what you want down the line. I think this is just a red herring movie more than anything.
And next weekend, there is a movie. I mean, we'll talk about it when it comes out next weekend. There is a kids movie coming out next weekend. There is Goat, starring Stephen Curry, or Steph Curry, as he's known.
Yeah.
Steph Curry's in a movie next weekend. I do think that is where these kids, and not all kids, there's going to be kids who are yelling and screaming, take me Buffalo Kids, take me Buffalo Kids. But those smarter kids who have some amount of self-control, they're going to say, Steph Curry's got a movie next weekend that looks bigger budget. I'll just force them to take me to see that, to see Goat. So then this Buffalo Kids movie, is this a box of old toys?
Yeah, it's a box of like old toys that you couldn't donate because they have teeth marks on them.
Mm-hmm.
Like they wouldn't take them down at the Salvation Army, so you just threw them in the garage. You're like, I'll find something to do with them, but they're all very gnawed on.
Yeah, it's like and they're toys that are missing half the pieces.
Yes.
It's a game of Twister where the dial is ripped off, so it's just a dial-less board, and the there's holes in most of the plastic sheet for Twister.
Yeah.
Or the colors are faded. It's this is a box of toys that is mostly broken, chewed up.
It's an operation. It's just the board for operation that the batteries have leaked. So there's battery acid all over it, and there's none of the tiny bones.
Mm-hmm.
And the tweezers are gone. There's no box. It's just the guy.
Yeah, it's just
and
the
guy.
Nose
isn't even red. It's like somebody took that bulb out of the nose.
Yeah, and if you touch it, because all the battery acid is leaked, it'll sting.
Yeah, it stings a little bit.
Yeah,
but like not enough to need medical attention. But that's what this is.
Yeah, it's a toy gun that looks realistic, so you're not allowed to play with it.
No, you can't go anywhere outside the house with it.
Yeah.
Not even inside the house.
Yeah. So this is a box of old toys that are at this point very dangerous to keep. So
because if you walk by like a Amazon Echo or Siri holding that gun, it'll call the cops on you.
Yes.
That's how realistic it looks.
Yes. And they will, of course, be terrified immediately. Which is the main feeling they have to have at all times.
Yeah.
So, so got to get rid of this box of old dangerous toys, which is the Buffalo Kids. So we're throwing that out. Here is something. We got a couple of movies now that I think these last two that are coming out this weekend possible keepers. Solo Mio. Let's get into it. Angel Studios is a movie we mentioned probably a month or two ago. Solo Mio, because they were doing a BOGO for this Kevin James
Dudes go
rom-com.
free.
Dudes getting free, like a limited amount of BOGO tickets, buy one get one free. Have you watched the trailer for this Solo Mio starring Kevin
Yes.
James as a jilted jilted at the altar, goes on his honeymoon alone?
I finally saw the trailer for this,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks cute.
It looks cute.
Like, I could see this being for 50 and overs
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
who don't really have an interest in sports anymore. Because they'll
Yes.
see, they were watching the playoffs and they're like, the Rams are in LA again? What? I'm out.
Right. Right. I also think there's some amount of, we're a week before Valentine's Day. So you got this rom-com, and there's going to be, I know the pregame for the big game starts on Friday, but there are going to be some people who say, you know what, you're going to be watching the big game all day Sunday, and I support you in that. I support you in whatever you gamble on the big game. I support you. We'll deal with the aftermath after it's over. I support you. I support you. But let's do something romantic on Friday or Saturday night. And I think that this Solo Mio could be a nice romantic night out for the Earth Dogs and the Plain Billies and the Stax Dwellers who want to stay somewhat in that big game weekend mindset, but they want to do something romantic. Like Kevin James feels like a good in between a full-on romantic night out, a Wuthering Heights, passionate type night, and the big game. Kevin James is on that spectrum.
It feels to me like, yeah, because I think this is going to skew older, and I think there is, when you're in your 20s or 30s or even early to mid 40s, you look at, Jacob Elordi and you think, yeah, maybe that could happen for me. Yeah, that could definitely happen for me.
Yeah.
Then you get to be 50, 55, plus you're out of the demo. Nobody's selling you toothpaste anymore.
No.
Nobody's saying, hey, check out this new kind of car. You don't buy a different kind of car. You buy the same car all the time. And so you're looking at Kevin James and you're thinking like, okay, I could settle for a Kevin James.
Yeah.
And also, I can see a Kevin James before the theaters get super crowded, and then if we want to get dinner afterwards, there's going to be nowhere to eat because it's Valentine's weekend, like Valentine's on a weekend, so it's going to be so packed. But you go the weekend early, and it's opposite the big game, then you've settled for a certain kind of life, and there's some happiness in that.
It's sort of this movie, the Solo Mio, coming out a week before Valentine's weekend, is an early bird special.
Yes.
It's getting there early before the crowds are there. You get a little bit of a deal. I mean, it's running a BOGO. Angel Studios is running a buy one, get one free, or they did at some point. This is a true early bird special for a romantic movie. You're getting to go there a week before Valentine's, a week before Wuthering Heights. I like that strategy. I like using Kevin James. And Kevin James is just a likable presence. People, if they think of Kevin James, they like him. I'm not saying that a ton of people just go around thinking about Kevin James day to day, but when he pops into someone's head, I think he's still got that. Oh yeah, I still like that guy. What is he doing? Oh, he's got jilted at the altar and now he's going around Europe. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. It's got Allison Hannigan also in the movie, who I guess will end up being his love interest in this.
No, I don't think so.
Is she the jilter, or is she the one who left him, or is she just,
I think she's a friend he meets.
Okay. Okay.
because he definitely falls in love with somebody local from where he's traveling.
Okay. It
She is
might.
not the love interest.
Okay.
And I don't
Uh,
know if maybe she is his ex that goes on the trip with the new person and then he just goes solo. I don't know. I don't know. This is
yeah.
why, this is why movies exist, because then you see them and then you know what they're about.
hmm So this is directed. Uh, just want to note that this movie is directed by Chuck Kinane and Dan Kinane, and it's written along with Kevin James by Patrick Kinane and John Kinane. So I've said the names of 4 different Kinanes there because there is a filmmaking team from Rhode Island called the Kinane Brothers, and there are 7 of them, and they collectively write, direct, produce, and edit their movies. They made a movie called Home Team in 2022 starring Kevin James. That was a Netflix movie. So is this the Farrelly brothers were 2.
Yeah.
The Kinane brothers are 7. This is I've never seen anything like this.
They're
7
like,
brothers.
yeah, they're like the polyphonic spree of directing.
Yes. But the polyphonic spree were not all related. There was a lot of them,
That's
but they
true.
weren't all siblings. And
Yeah. And
this is 7
yeah.
brothers.
Wow. What's in the water in Rhode Island? Why do people have so many kids and why are they all making comedies?
With Kevin James. So they befriended Kevin James. I did watch a few of these. Uh they made a series of shorts with Kevin James over COVID where Kevin James played a boom operator and they would edit him into different movies that I guess he was like operating the boom on, and then there would be jokes around that. And you know what? They're pretty good. They're pretty
Nice.
good. So I actually have I didn't see Home Team, their Netflix movie, but I I actually have some good feelings for this Solo Mio. The BOGO I think is a good idea. The early bird special for Valentine's. You got 7 Kinane brothers, so even if a few of them turn out to be duds, you still got so many Kinane brothers that
Mm-hmm.
could add something to the movie. I assume out of 7, 2 or 3 of them have to be complete wastes of time, right?
Yes. Yes.
But that
Yes. Yeah. I don't think the genetic pool can be that deep,
right.
Like there's got to be shallow parts of it.
Right. But even if 2, say 3 Kinane brothers are fully inept, and,
Yeah.
and say one of them out of those inept ones is uh uh willfully harmful.
Yeah.
He's just like kicking down C stands on the set, just spitting in the lens, just a total monster.
Yeah.
And then 2 of them are just dummies. They're
Yeah.
nice,
But they're
but
harmless. They're harmless, but they're dumb.
that still leaves you 4 Kinane brothers who have some level of talent, competence, not spitting in the lens.
Yeah, because then you have 2 brothers who can hold the other brother down.
Yes.
And then you have 2 directors left over. I mean, most
Which is
movies
the
don't even need.
standard.
Yeah, but most movies don't need 2 directors.
No. But brother teams are 2. Standardly, the
Yes.
Safdies, R.A.P., the Farrellys, the Coens, 2. So if out of these 7, you end up with 2 Kinane brothers who are talented, who are not having to hold down one of the other brothers, you still got a full-on directing brother team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. So Solo Mio in the garage. We're making room in this garage. This might be something. This might be something we keep.
Yeah. Yeah.
This might be a just a what a an old hoodie from college that we didn't get rid of. I mean, is this a box of baseball cards that we bought with Dad that we're gonna hang on to? We're not going to sell them. We know at this point they have no name value. There's no Joe DiMaggio rookie card in there. But Topps 1984 through 1989 full set boxes. Let's just keep them.
Yeah, I think that, or it's some love letters.
Oh
Some
wow.
love
Okay.
letters. Yeah, just some
Okay.
love letters from somebody who was sweet and nice but not the one, you know?
Okay. Okay.
They're not it's not they're not the greatest love of your life, but you sort of forgot about them, and then you start reading these letters and you're like, "You know what? That person was a good person."
And these are well written.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So a box
Barely
of
any spelling mistakes.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So it's a
Written
box.
in cursive, so you got to give them some like, especially in the digital world we live in now, like
Give them some
people who can
grace.
barely write emails, and this person's writing in cursive.
Yeah. Okay. So this is
You can't throw those away. You got to bring them in the house.
oh, you're bringing them in the house. Okay. I was just going to leave them in the garage. I do think if you bring them in the house, you're kind of opening yourself up to an argument or a discussion that you might not want to have. So I would leave them
Right.
in the garage.
Okay.
I would leave them in the garage, and I would put a couple of old Sports Illustrateds on the top of the box. So first glance, it's like, oh, okay, this is his box of magazines. And then
Yeah.
underneath are these love letters that you're still keeping. I wouldn't bring them in the house.
Yeah.
Or if you bring them in the house, you're kind of putting them up in the guest closet, and hiding them away.
Yeah. No, leave them in the garage.
Leave them in the garage.
You don't want
I'd
to be
leave them in the
hiding
garage.
them. You don't want to
I
be
leave
hiding
them in the
them.
garage.
They're not worth hiding.
Yeah.
They're worth keeping, but not worth hiding.
And we are hiding them, but we're hiding them in the garage, which I think is
not. Yeah, it's
is
not
not
really
hiding.
hiding them.
Yeah. So
You're mentally hiding them.
yes,
But you're not physically hiding them.
yes, we know we are hiding this box of old love letters.
But no one could ever say you were hiding them.
No, because it's in the garage.
Yeah.
God knows what's in the garage. And then they'll say, "What? I thought you just cleaned out the garage." It's like, okay, enough.
Yeah, it's just everything, right? Like, I never can say the right thing. Exactly right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I guess we're doing this now.
Yeah.
I guess we're doing this now.
Yeah. I clean the garage, and this is what I get.
Yeah. You asked me to clean the garage. I did. I spent the whole weekend cleaning it, but I guess I didn't clean it the right way.
No.
I guess I didn't clean it the right way. So let's do this now. So the moment, A24, a Charli XCX mockumentary. So
could you say that as more of an old man?
yeah, definitely could.
Okay.
I think 5 years from now we're still doing the show, and she has something else come out. The way I say it will even sound way older.
It'll sound like you're wearing dentures somehow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
we're gonna do the show as long as the Simpsons character, like the voice actors are doing the Simpsons. So we're gonna sound like
we're gonna sound so old.
We're gonna sound so old.
We're gonna
be talking about video game. We're gonna be talking about Markiplier's 20th movie.
Yeah.
When he's up there with Nolan and Scorsese and everybody like that. And we're just gonna we could barely say his name without our dentures falling out.
Yeah, we'll be talking about the Rocka guys making what they say is going to be their final film after a long career. And
well, they've split up at this point, and one of them is doing Shakespeare and the other one is doing lesbian crime comedies.
But the main thing is that one of them had always just been the boom operator.
Yes.
Yeah. So we will sound so old, though, on this show 30 years from now when we are talking about the Rocka final film and Markiplier's, swan song. And you're doing a plow.
And
I
got my bifocals on.
And the listeners are going to say, wow, it doesn't even sound like the same characters anymore.
No.
It doesn't sound like
I'm plowing off of a giant iPad with like a 87 size font. It's just so big.
Yeah.
And still barely see it.
And the listeners are going to say they sound so old, but why are Pat and Clayton still supposed to be the same age? as they were when I started
Yes.
listening,
Yeah.
because they clearly are much older than the characters are now. So that'll be something to look forward to. I look forward to that. I still will. I'll look great no matter how I sound. I'm gonna look fantastic, and we will be YouTubers. Hey guys,
You
so
know what? I can say I don't know because I can't see you. So I can't say that you look great because I wouldn't lie and I don't know what you look like right now.
you don't know, and you don't know which photo and or document of yours I'm currently holding up to camera. So you don't know that, which email of yours I have printed out and am now holding the text up to the screen. You don't know. So this movie, this the moment, this mockumentary,
Mm-hmm.
uh, we had the co-star of this movie, Alexander Skarsgård, hosted SNL this past weekend to get the word out about this movie, to show himself as a comedic performer, because this mockumentary is it's a comedy. It's sort of a Spinal Tap, but if Spinal Tap was a real current pop figure starring in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
It's got Rachel Sennett.
it's got Rachel Sennett. Um,
It did well in limited release. This movie did open in a few theaters in New York and LA and did really well
okay,
last weekend.
but
This
that
is
is
going wide.
that is Rachel Sennett's, home turf, New York and
Yes.
LA. If
Yeah.
if anyone's going to be excited about a Rachel Sennett production, it will be someone who lives in New York or LA.
True.
Um, how? I mean, okay, you're the person with their finger on the pulse of current music. Charli XCX, bigger than ever. Where is she right now as a star, as a musician? Would this be bigger if this were the moment starring Olivia Rodrigo, the moment
No,
starring Chappell Roan?
it's
Where?
Chaperone. Okay, so Sabrina Carpenter. Yeah, the whole. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Addison Rae. So I believe that this movie is following her Brat tour, if I'm not mistaken, which
Okay.
was we all know. I mean, listen, you even heard about Brat Summer and
Uh,
the
of course,
surrounding
famously,
hullabaloo. Kamala,
famously, Kamala was having a Brat Summer. Joe Biden had a Brat
Kamala
Summer.
was Brat.
So,
Yeah,
so I do remember it broke through to me then when
yeah.
they had their Brat Summer. Yeah.
So I wouldn't say so. That I mean was the height.
Mm-hmm.
I still, I mean, obviously, like a powerful figure in the pop music, ecosystem, and of course, big enough that Taylor Swift now is not friends with her and hates her and resents her. So therefore,
Mm-hmm.
she is at a peak at this point because Taylor Swift has turned on her,
Okay.
as she will with all other pop princesses that aren't herself.
Wow. Okay.
And so, yeah, I
Still save
think
movie theaters. She saved movie theaters. Never
didn't
forgot.
did not save movie theaters. I think that this probably will do what it's going to do in New York and LA. I don't think it's going to be a huge hit. It does feel very niche. I think it's really hard for anything with a musician in it. I mean, you look at something like The Weeknd, who's probably the biggest streaming artist, or at least second to Bad Bunny,
Okay. Bigger
and
than
he
the
had
Strokes, you would say,
bigger
right
than the
now.
Strokes, and
Okay.
he had a movie come out with Jenna
Jenna.
Ortega that ate shit.
Yeah.
Now that was him not playing him or play. He might have been playing a version of himself actually, but this is Charli XCX playing herself. So I do think this is a good as good of a time to put a Charli XCX movie out as you can.
Okay.
Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Now the thing is, this is a comedy. It's a mockumentary, and I'm not saying this movie is for me, directed
Mm-hmm.
at me. And then you've seen this trailer too, right? You've seen the moment
Yeah.
trailer. Uh, I don't see any moments in the moment. There is not a hair gel moment in this trailer. There's nothing that to me seems particularly funny or particularly memorable coming out of this trailer, even for the fans of Charlie X XCX.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what seems that enticing, other than, of course, she's a big star. She's the star of a mockumentary. Um,
It's very
I
tongue in cheek. It feels like
it's very
very
there's like
cheeky.
there's like four different jokes in the same trailer that use the word literally in it,
Mm-hmm.
and whether something is literally or figuratively something. There's like multiple jokes, so it almost feels like that is what most of this movie will be about, is
About
about
language and its
language.
usage.
Yeah. Which I don't know if that is hitting the right tone here. There, yeah, and I don't know if Alexander Skarsgård is that much of a value add in this role. Did you see his performance on Saturday Night Live last weekend?
I saw some clips
Okay.
and I feel like he acquitted himself well.
Okay. Yeah. Here's okay. Slightly off of the moment for a second. Here's something that did bother me about his SNL last weekend. Did you
Okay.
see that there was a cameo from his father, Stellan Skarsgård?
Oscar nominated Stellan Skarsgård for
It,
sentimental value.
exactly. Now, I get it. The son is hosting SNL. He's got a famous father. Of course, we're going to have the father cameo. But Stellan Skarsgård cameo is also part of his push to win an Oscar, to win
Mm-hmm.
Best Supporting Actor. That is, everyone at SNL, when they book Stellan Skarsgård, they know what he's doing. It's part of his Oscar campaign.
Yes.
This is someone who's trying to win Best Supporting Actor, and he beat out for a nomination Adam Sandler, SNL royalty, someone who got fired from SNL, stayed away for years, even though he loved SNL, came back to host. It was a huge moment when he hosted, huge ratings, great show. And
Great
now
show. All-time
SNL,
show.
all time show. And then SNL brings in Stellan Skarsgård, who beat out Sandler for that supporting actor nomination,
Pat,
might
okay,
win it. I
I'm
think
gonna
this is
no.
I think this when the second I saw Stellan Skarsgård cameo on SNL in that bathtub, to
You can see
me,
what I'm doing, right? Are you saying that it's the same as Spade? It's the
no,
same
I'm
as
saying this is a
Falling
betrayal.
Star?
Yes, to some degree it is. To some
Okay.
degree,
No, no, no.
this is David Spade making a joke about Eddie Murphy on SNL. I
No.
think having Stellan Skarsgård do a cameo during his Oscar campaign when he beat Sandler out for that nomination, I think that is a slap in the face. And I was very surprised that they did that. And
Okay,
that's
here
all I'll say
this is
about that.
I'm going to pull out something that I rarely do in public and I only do in private. My Norton impression. This is why you're wrong, stupid. Okay?
Great Jim Norton impression.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Pulled it out into the public spotlight
Mm-hmm.
because here's the issue with this. And I get it. You love the Sandman. I love the Sandman too. Stellan Skarsgård didn't take his nomination, huh? Stellan Skarsgård was a shoo-in. He was a slam dunk. Sandler was always on the periphery when the real voting and nominations happened. Yes, there was some buzz, right? There was some buzz. But but once the real chips started to fall into place, Sandman did not have a great chance. He would have snuck in. There's no way Stellan snuck in.
Didn't get a
He
SAG
was
nomination. So I don't think he's. Listen, we're going to
well.
find out.
I'm a member. You know why? I'm a member of SAG, and they don't necessarily have a international point of view, is what I'll say.
Okay.
That's SAG. They they want jobs here, so they don't want jobs other places. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. So we are going to see, because if Adam Sandler goes on another 15 plus a year break before he's on SNL, then I think we could point back to this cameo from Stellan Skarsgård as something that was where the rift happened. But we'll see. We'll see.
I
Either
think
way,
that's really fishing for controversy, my friend. I would be the first one to stand up for Adam Sandler. I think this wasn't I don't think this was a slap in the face at all.
so Alexander Skarsgård. He hosted SNL. He's the probably most famous actor that is starring in this at the moment. Do you think there's any draw to him, like being in a comedy? I guess he's like comedy adjacent. He's very good friends with Jack McBrayer, who also did a cameo on his SNL. So he is like sort of a John Hamish, maybe, where he's like in the scene.
I don't know.
But
Well, he was in Zoolander. People forget he was one of the models.
he's
In the
one of the
beginning
models.
of Zoolander, who burns up in the gas station fire.
Right. Okay. So he's got some like good looking dramatic actor guy who also has a comedy side cred. This is big going for it though. This is I think my hesitance is this trailer doesn't seem very funny for a comedy, and I haven't heard any buzz about any specific you gotta see this moment in the moment.
The one benefit this has is that I think this is definitely aimed at an audience who would be the least invested in anything but the halftime show of the big game.
Okay.
So as long as they're home for Bad Bunny, they just don't care.
The A24, Charli XCX fans,
Yeah,
like
the
that
XCX
crossover.
fans, yeah, definitely. I think they're like, well, watch Bad Bunny, and otherwise they don't care about anything else.
They might just be I won't even say they're recording the big game. They're going to watch it on
YouTube.
TikTok clips and YouTube
Yeah.
after the fact. So
Mhm.
they're expecting, I'll watch the big game right before I go to sleep Sunday night, which will be like at 3:00 in the morning. Like I'll
Yeah.
get home from the club, go on TikTok, watch the big game and otherwise
Yeah.
they could go see this movie. Okay. So let's get into our top 5 predictions.
Oh my
It's time.
goodness.
So, and the moment, okay, wait. And as far as being in the garage, I feel like the moment is something we're not throwing out. Are we keeping this in the garage? I
Yes,
kind
this
of,
is-
okay, you're
Well-
keeping it in the garage.
What are you saying? What are you going to do?
No, if you want to keep it, we'll keep it. I'm not going to get into it here. I'm done arguing about garages with people.
Well, what would? Okay, so you're just gonna. So it's not even. We're not even gonna talk about it anymore then.
No, let's talk about it. Would it?
But you don't want to talk about it when you say no. Let's talk about it. I know what that means. I don't even have to see you to know what that means.
I'm saying,
You know what? Get rid of it if you want to get rid of it.
If you want to keep it, keep it. If you want
No.
to keep it, keep it.
If you want to get rid of it, get rid of it. That's what I'm saying. Just get rid of it then.
All right, I am getting rid of it then.
You're
rid of
just
it.
okay. So it went from keep it if you want to keep it to I'm getting rid of it.
Yeah, because someone's got to do something here.
Okay, well,
And I don't want to talk in circles anymore.
because I
so
never
I'm
do
throwing
anything.
I'm
All
throwing
right.
it out. I'm throwing it out.
Fine.
I'm throwing it out. It's gone.
Great. Perfect. My life is so much better now.
I'm throwing it out. Whatever it was, I don't even care what it was at this point. I'm throwing it out because I don't want to hear about it anymore.
Yeah, well,
And if you want it, you go outside and you dig through the trash, but it's on the sidewalk.
All right. I might.
And I'll tell you one thing, I don't want to see it again.
You know what? I'll bring it back in and you won't even know it's there.
I don't want to see it again.
You wouldn't even know it was there.
I don't want to see
That's the
it
problem.
again.
That's the problem.
So let's do
Okay.
our top 5s. Would you like to go first or second for your top 5?
Man.
It's up. Now we are doing this on a Tuesday night,
Yeah.
doing a little early, so we don't really see any weekend preview tracking numbers out there. So we're flying a little bit blind here, doing this a little earlier than usual before the predictions and the tracking has come in. But I feel pretty confident, and I'm
Okay.
glad we threw out the moment. So
Wow. I mean, this is hard because I feel like. Do you want to go first?
I'll go first. I think we're going to have a holdover at number 1. I think
But not
Send
the one.
Help
Okay.
is going to stay number 1. It made, now on the Monday actuals, it was 19 million. I think it could hold pretty well. And I think it's going to do 10.5 million to be number one. I mean, this is
Mm-hmm.
a weekend where we're kind of, the streak of getting something in double digits is
At
uh,
risk.
a little bit at risk, but I think Send Help is going to be number one. I think number two is going to be Solo Mio.
Okay.
I think Solo Mio is number two with a chance of being number one, honestly, but I think it's going to be number two. The number three is going to be um number three. God, Iron Lung is the tricky one here because it made 18 million last weekend, but is that a movie that, is that an anime situation where it
Yeah.
is going to really plummet second weekend because the Markiplier subscribers all went opening weekend and the movie did not get good reviews.
Yeah.
So I then think that number three is going to be, yeah, I think it's going to be number three. I think Iron Lungs going to be number three because I do think the moment is not going to do well. So that's number four. And then number five will be Zootopia 2.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
my top five. So number one, Send Help. Number two, Solo Mio. Number three, Iron Lung. Number four, The Moment. Number five, Zootopia 2. That's my top five.
Okay, so number one, I just you just had a really good argument with Solo Mio
Mm-hmm.
with the early bird special.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna say Solo Mio saves us from having a single digit number one movie
Mm-hmm.
by making $10 million.
Okay.
Number
Yeah.
one. Number two, I do think is going to be Send Help,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it'll be 8.
Okay.
Under that, I absolutely agree with you with Iron Lung. I think it's gonna drop, but I believe I don't know. I want to believe. I want to believe. So I'm going to put
Mm-hmm.
Iron Lung at 3, but I think it's going to be a pretty precipitous drop, which is fine because it made $18 million
Yeah.
on a nothing budget.
Yeah.
And then I think that it's going to be, yeah, Zootopia 2.
And number four.
Um, wait, no, I said no because I said, yeah, number 4.
Okay.
Wait, what am I missing?
So far you have said number one is Solo Mio. Number two is Send
Send
Help.
Help.
Number
Number
three is
3 is
Iron
Iron
Lung.
Lung.
Number four, you're going Zootopia 2. So
Yes.
so just as a reminder, I had The Moment at number four and
Oh
Zootopia at
yeah,
number
no, I
five.
don't think the moment is going to be at number 4. I think the moment will be. I think the moment will be number 6, and I think Avatar: Fire and Ash is going to be 5.
Wow. So
Yeah.
here we are, not to go back to the garage,
Okay.
but you wanted to keep The Moment and put on that whole show, that whole show you put on about how you got to keep the moment,
Yeah, because how I feel is a
you,
show. How
you
I
put
feel
on
is
that
just
whole
yeah. All right.
performance that you put on about the moment, and then here you are, oh, it's going to be number 6, it's going to be behind week 50 of Fire and Ash, and I was the bad guy for throwing it out in the trash. I
Just
was the
because it's
bad guy.
not top
I was the
5
bad
doesn't
guy.
mean it's not top 10.
I was the bad guy.
Yeah. Well, you're still the bad guy.
Well, you're the one out there on the sidewalk digging through garbage bags to find the number 6 movie that you predicted.
Well,
So have fun with that. I'll be in here. So that is our top 5. Very excited to see how this shakes out. And last thing, any big game prediction? Any big game prediction
oh,
in
so it's
terms of
the
surprise trailer that may drop during the big game?
well. I don't think there's any surprise trailers because they mentioned the trailers that are going to drop during the big game. One of them being a Scream 7 trailer,
Mm-hmm.
which I've already seen online because that's what they do now,
Mm-hmm.
and a Michael trailer
That hasn't dropped yet.
that I think is online as well.
Is online as well. Okay.
But
And-
it is, of course, Michael Jackson, who was exonerated, as we all know,
according to you and Chelsea White, who
according
I
to
was not on that episode.
history.
I was not on that episode.
Yeah, and then I think there's another one. There's another trailer, and I can't remember what it
There's
is.
a
but-
Mandalorian and Grogu trailer.
Oh, that's why it slipped out of my mind.
There's going to be a Toy Story 5 trailer, possibly.
Oh, I'm just so excited to see that iPad.
Avengers Doomsday and Spider-Man Brand New Day. It seems like those are sitting out trailers for this year. So the Marvel movies will not have trailers. So we'll see. So it's going to be a huge, big game in terms of big movie trailers shown throughout. So
Yeah, I'm gonna. Do you want to predict the score?
35 to 24.
I'm gonna predict this is the lowest scoring of all time, Super Bowl of all time.
What was
And
that?
It's going to be
Lowest
the
scoring.
lowest
Lowest
scoring
scoring what? Lowest scoring
big.
what?
I'm sorry, big game of all time.
Okay. There you go. If you have to sue someone, you sue Clayton.
New England Patriots 2, Seattle Seahawks 3.
Wow. Okay.
A real defensive battle.
Wow. All right. Well, listen, tune in, get your nachos ready, and enjoy that big game. 3-2. I would love to see that. I would love to see that prediction come true. So email us, theboboyspodcast@gmail.com. Subscribe to the Substack. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We are YouTubers. Hey guys, follow us on social media at the BO Boys Pod, Instagram, TikTok. Wannabe OVP of Interns Christopher's killing it with the vertical clips. 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. And just remember, this weekend, when you are watching the big game and you got your food and you're getting ready to watch the game, the most important thing is that the house, gamble.
Gamble.
Whatever you decide to bet, when you're debating whether or not to bet, just remember it is a sure thing.
All in.
Bet the house. Gamble. Never stop gambling. Every quarter you gamble. Every commercial break, you gamble more. Get a second phone so you could gamble 2 phones at the same time. Have all your laptops open so you could gamble. Use this computer to bet the house. Use this phone to go all in. Never, ever, no matter what anyone tells you, no matter what anyone next to you says, pleading, it doesn't matter. You continue to gamble. You watch the big game and you gamble like you've never gambled before. Never, ever stop gambling and betting the house and going all in, because they're all sure things. Gamble. And the last thing that you have to remember above anything else when you're watching the big game is you got to gamble.
Gambling problem? You can call the National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-522-4700 for support and resources. That is the National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-522-4700. Help is available 24/7 and is confidential.
All right, Clayton, that was a great episode, and I got nothing left. To say. I'm spent.
Pat, you've said it all. You have, averted yourself from saying the most important thing. 834.
Not a rallying cry. Gamble.
There's nothing left to be said.
Great. I could leave.
Except for, until next time,
we'll smell you at the box office.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.